70,000 are rocking and ready to go in Philadelphia. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Toronto Huskies and the Philadelphia Eagles. Hello, everyone. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, this is a contest truly worthy, I guess you would say, of calling it a showdown. We have the league's #1 passing game going up against the league's #1 pass defense. Time to decide which of the league's best is truly supreme.
And for fans who love this game, who follow the NFL, matchup like this in the regular season can't really get any better, can it? And I know it's only the regular season, but the intensity that I'm feeling so far, already like a playoff atmosphere.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Alexander. Step, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. On 3rd down, Alexander. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. The Eagles send out their punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And what a first half of the season he's had, leading the NFL passing yards to this point. He's been a tough man to slow down. So this defense certainly has its work cut out for him.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense, 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a 13-yard pickup as the downs reset. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
Yeah, this could be a sign of what this defense is in for, because you know all week long the coaches were preaching to the defense, you've got to be able to wrap up against a back like him or he can make you pay. Technique, technique, technique.
Right back to him on first down. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety.
At this point, I think it's a surprise when he isn't close to being sacked on a passing down. The amount of times he's hit the deck today, I think a lot of us are reading safety before they even took the snap. Simply a merciless pass rush every step of the game, and that rush earns a crowning achievement there.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. And one more time. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
You know, are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Well, they'll use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Well, look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. He was creeping up toward 200 yards, thought he was going to get there, didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
They hand off to their big tight end. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. On On second down, they'll run it here.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
He'll look to throw. Eluding, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. A very costly sack there on third and goal. Pushes him back big time. And now you figure the field goal team coming on fourth.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on second and goal, back even further. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long third and goal. Now back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will push the lead up to 5.
So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Looking to throw. Alexander. And his throw's going to be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Back to throw. Alexander. And that will be incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, 4 on the return.
And they will take over first and 10.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Last week, over 100 yards, 3 touchdowns. We were talking with him on the field before the game. He said simply, I was in a groove. He obviously was.
And I think he's being a little modest about that, being in a groove. That's a big-time game right there. And I think he feels like his entire team is coming along with him because they're creating spaces and holes for him to run through. He's making people miss, running through tackles. They are locked in a big way and confident about this game as well.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 48 yards now on the ground, just 7 carries.
They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And ultimately, this won't go for much, maybe a couple, but boy, he showed off that make-you-miss ability that certainly is in his arsenal. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
They'll drop the throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are able to extend their lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. That time a 6-play drive. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing again. Alexander. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 12-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Looking to throw. Alexander. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Holding. Offense.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. Back to throw. Alexander. And it's caught on the sideline, but he's not getting a first down. They say he was so a big call there. That brings up 4th. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are.
And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. 66 yards.
And the Huskies are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
And he will find his man on the outside. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run the counter. Blackwell, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll keep it on the ground. Blackwell, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. The Eagles send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
64 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Back to throw here. Going to throw right side here. Complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Well, he gave one defender the slip, but others waiting in the wings and dropping him behind the line.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling. And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try and run for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through, and that one winds up no good.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Looking to throw. Alexander. Going down the middle, and it's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
19 yards on the play. Brings up second down at the 44-yard line.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now a give right side. Blackwell. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Blackwell. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Off play action. Alexander. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Alexander. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Toronto's offense ready to take over.
And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up, because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did, because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Alexander. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 31.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Alexander. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Alexander. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
These guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They were starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Alexander. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the PI decline, and that'll give them a fresh set of downs.
And when you scout tight ends, one thing you want to know, just how strong they are. And we saw it in evidence there. He was able to fight through all the contact and still secure the football.
Yeah, the Eagles are going to have a 1st and goal as he's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So they're coming up here on the 9th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Alexander dancing to his left. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. And his kick is good. And that'll get the deficit back to 16.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This taken in at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Second and 3. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Finding his safety valve here, that's complete. The broken tackle couldn't create a ton of space. He'll be taken down just beyond the 35-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Back to throw again. And he will find his big tight end over the middle.
Oh, he's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start across the Atlantic in London, England, and they are nearing halftime with the Steelers out in front. The Steelers locked in a tight one, but this is a game you feel they've got to have. From there, we head down south to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home at Raymond James Stadium. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting New Orleans Saints. Tommy Bohannon, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Finally, let's take the trip across the Atlantic, see what's happening over in London. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. The Monarchs trying to gut this one out, as it would be a good victory for them if they could get it. We'll move on now to check out the next-gen stats in that first half for our home team. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the third and fourth quarters. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And we will not have a run back here as the second half starts with a touchback. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 30.
And the next-gen stat's going to show just how much time he had to make a decision, and it's not much. 3 seconds, the final clocking. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
He continues to deliver a first down here. He had 4 catches in the first half, and this one number 5.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
On second down, they'll try and run the counter. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 39. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw. And they hooked up there for a first down.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
Now they try the right side here. And some room to maneuver. And touchdown! A great play there.
With his 9th rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 23. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the last play, a really nice run that culminated in the touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fielded just outside the goal line.
So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the 2nd half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Blackwell, down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw. Alexander. And he's got his man on the out route.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
They'll try the left side. Blackwell. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. On 2nd down, Blackwell. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's going the other way. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect 2nd half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
They give it off here to the tight end. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. 2nd and 6. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
They're going to look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
On first down,
Blackwell. He fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain. Second down.
On second down now, Blackwell. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
The quarterback sacked. A fumble on the play.
Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line.
And he lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Now a throw here to his running back.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
2nd and 4. And he will find his man on the outside. And he has another first down as he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 13-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll set up a throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. And this one is right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Yeah, he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Throwing to start the drive. Alexander. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. That interception may be the exclamation mark on what really all around has been a good performance.
A fantastic performance. They will enjoy film session. Their grade should be very good on this one. And I think the next time the offense gets the ball, I just think about running it and getting the clock done and getting the heck out of here.
And by the way, semantics here, but before the grammar police come after me, I think it's exclamation point, not mark, right?
You're asking me? Seriously?
Yeah, you're smarter than me. Everybody knows that.
Listen, I go with what you say, my man.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 21-yard line.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
At the 19-yard line. It's a gain of a yard.
He'll look to throw. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
So they got the turnover, started with great field position, but in the end, the defense able to hold firm, and they only get 3 out of it.
And I like what you said right there. That defense able to hold firm, backed up into the shadow of their own end zone. The goalpost right behind them. They had to make sure they didn't give up the 6. And, boy, they came through in a big way. To them, even though they gave up 3, that's a win for their side.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
Facing a big fourth-quarter deficit here, things not looking good. You know, this offense, though, they've been in the top half of the NFL so far this season. But in this one, well, their defense has really struggled.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
On 2nd down, Blackwell. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Brought down at the 31. It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
From the gun on 3rd down, Alexander. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage.
And the Eagles 1st down.
Looking to throw. Alexander going for the deep ball. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
Well, CD, that helps the home team as they try to erase this deficit, give them the penalty for pass interference on the defense.
Yeah, and they certainly haven't been happy with what they've seen so far, have they? They're certainly hoping that call now might get the fans back into this one.
That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. but no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
To throw on second down, Alexander.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
They'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete.
Alexander's pass, intended for number 18, incomplete. It's fourth down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line.
14 yards. Caught by number 10. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
They'll run on first down. Gant, and he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. Taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Eagles are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that will cut this lead down to 25. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game.
116 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. On second down, they'll run it here. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. On third down, they're going to run for it here. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Alexander. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. On first down, Alexander. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's second down.
1 yard gain brings up second and 9 at the 33-yard line.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
That's the gain of 4. Brings up third and 5.
From the gun on third down. Alexander under pressure, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And that is incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
So the starting field position was terrific following the surprising turnover on downs, but the end result, only 3 points.
Simply stated, I think you have to look at that as a missed opportunity.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Throwing to start the drive. Alexander.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Alexander throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
On 3rd and 2, Alexander finding his safety valve here. That's complete. Now they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Alexander. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Toronto, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road date next week. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina